The sun was too bright. Lila hated bright days. They reminded her of what she had lost. She couldn't see the light anymore. But she could feel it. It burned her skin as she stood in front of Jefferson High. Her cane tapped the sidewalk. Tap. 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 She held her backpack straps tight. Kids rushed past her, their sneakers squeaking, voices laughing. Doors slammed. Lockers clanged. She smelled perfume, sweat, and cafeteria fries drifting through the open windows. Lila forced herself to breathe. It's just school, she told herself. A new start. You can handle this. But she already felt the stares. Is that the new blind girl? A girl whispered. She's kinda pretty, I think. Poor thing. She'll never make it here. Lila kept walking. She had learned to ignore whispers. But every word left a bruise. She stepped inside. The hallway was chaos. Voices bounced off the walls. Lockers slammed open and shut. Her cane clicked against the tile floor. Then a sharp male voice cut through the noise. Well, well. Look what we have here. Her stomach tightened. The voice came closer. Heavy sneakers squeaked near her. A low chuckle followed. The rumors were true. You really can't see, huh? Lila's throat went dry. She didn't need eyes to know who it was. His confidence filled the hallway like smoke. Ethan Cole. Star quarterback. The golden boy. Everyone's favorite. And apparently, her nightmare. She didn't answer. She turned toward her locker, counting the steps she had memorized. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Reach. Ethan wasn't done. What's it like? Living in the dark? Do you bump into walls all the time? His friends laughed. The sound was sharp, cruel. Lila gripped her cane harder. Her voice came out steady, but cold. At least I don't walk blind through life on purpose. The hallway went quiet for a second. Then Ethan laughed. Feisty. I like it. His tone dripped with mockery. His friends held again. Heat crawled up Lila's neck. She kept her chin high, pretending she didn't care. But inside, shame twisted like a knife. She opened her locker. Her fingers felt the grooves she had memorized when the guidance counselor showed her. Inside, she placed her books carefully. Every move was calm. Controlled. She wouldn't let Ethan win. But his voice followed her down the hall. Careful, blind girl. Don't trip. Another round of laughter. Lila's heart pounded. She hated that she cared. She hated that she wanted to cry. Tap. 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 Her cane led her away. Lunch was worse. The cafeteria buzzed with voices, trays clattering, soda cans hissing open. Lila moved carefully, counting steps from the door to the nearest table. She heard whispers again. That's her. She's blind, right? Do you think she even knows what we look like? Her hand shook slightly as she set her tray down. She reached for her water. The plastic was cool. She tried to steady her breathing. Then it happened. Her chair wasn't where it was supposed to be. She reached back. Nothing. Confused, she tried again. Still nothing. And before she could react, her legs buckled. She fell. The cafeteria gasped. Her tray crashed. Food splattered across the floor. The sound rang in her ears like a gunshot. Lila's palms burned from the impact. Heat rushed to her cheeks. She heard the laughter. Loud. Cruel. Familiar. Ethan. He had moved her chair. Her chest tightened. She wanted the floor to swallow her whole. Oops, Ethan said lightly. Didn't see that coming, huh? His friends roared. Someone helped her up, she didn't even know who. Maybe a teacher. Maybe a kind stranger. It didn't matter. Lila shook them off, her pride burning hotter than her palms. She bent down, found her cane, and stood tall. Her voice was low but firm. "One day, Ethan Cole, you'll see what I see. And it'll break you." Gasps rippled through the cafeteria. The laughter died for just a moment. But then Ethan chuckled again, though quieter this time. "Good luck with that, blind girl." Lila walked away. Her shoulders straight. Her heart breaking. After school, the world was quieter. She walked home alone. The cane tapped against uneven sidewalks. Cars whooshed by. Leaves rustled in the breeze. Her chest still ached. Every word Ethan had thrown at her echoed in her head. Every laugh stabbed like knives. But she wouldn't cry. Not where anyone could see. She reached the corner of Maple Street and paused, listening. No cars. She stepped across. "Lila," a voice called behind her. She froze. It wasn't Ethan. It was softer. Familiar. Her cousin, Mia. Mia jogged up, breathless. "Hey, I saw what happened at lunch. Are you okay?" Lila forced a smile. "I'm fine." "You're not," Mia said. "Ethan's a jerk. Don't let him get to you." Lila's smile faded. "He already did." Mia touched her arm gently. "Then make him regret it. Prove you're stronger than him." Lila nodded slowly. Her throat was tight. "I will." She turned toward home, the late sun warming her face. And deep down, she promised herself something. Ethan Cole might have broken her pride today. But one day, he would learn. He would learn that blindness wasn't weakness. And when he finally saw her, it would already be too late. The next morning came too fast. Lila lay in bed, staring into nothing. She couldn't see the rising sun, but she felt the warmth spreading across her blanket. The world outside was waking up. Birds sang. Cars hummed down Maple Street. Her chest still ached from yesterday. She could still hear Ethan's laugh. Cruel. Loud. Everyone joining in. She squeezed the pillow. She wanted to forget. But the memory clung to her like smoke. "Lila, you're going to be late," her dad called from downstairs. She forced herself up. Grabbed her cane. Grabbed her bag. Her fingers shook, but she kept moving. She had promised herself last night, she would not let Ethan win. Not today. The school hall smelled of waxed floors and cinnamon rolls from the cafeteria. Voices echoed. Lockers slammed. Sneakers squeaked. Lila moved carefully, counting steps. Her cane tapped out the rhythm. Tap. 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 She told herself she didn't care about the stairs. But she felt them. She's back. Would you come to school if you were her? Bet she's scared. She ignored them. She always ignored them. Until the voice cut through. Well, look who didn't transfer schools overnight. Ethan. His tone was light, but sharp as glass. His friends laughed, circling him like shadows. Lila's stomach twisted. But she kept walking. She wouldn't stop. She wouldn't give him the satisfaction. Tap. 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 Ethan stepped in front of her. She froze. She smelled his cologne, sharp, sporty, expensive. His sneakers squeaked as he leaned close. "You know, blind girl," he said softly, "this school can be dangerous. You never know when you might trip again." His friends burst out laughing. Lila's grip tightened on her cane. "Move." "Oh," Ethan said. "She talks back now." One of his friends whispered, "Do it, man." Another snickered. Lila stepped forward, refusing to back down. Her cane tapped against Ethan's shoe. She heard him step aside at the last moment. "Careful," he said. "Wouldn't want you to fall, again." The laughter followed her down the hall. Her chest burned. But she kept moving. At lunch, the cafeteria buzzed louder than usual. The smell of pizza hung in the air. Kids shouted across tables. Trays clattered. Lila walked carefully, her tray balanced in one hand. Her cane tapped out her steps. She remembered yesterday's humiliation. She refused to let it happen again. She reached her table. She felt for the chair. Relief spread through her chest when she found it exactly where it should be. She sat. Exhaled. But then she heard them. Ethan and his crew. Their voices carried across the room. "Bet she doesn't even know we're watching. She probably doesn't even know what's on her tray. Should we help her taste it?" Lila's stomach turned. Then it came. The cruel joke. Someone shouted, "Snake." Lila froze. A hiss. Cold. Sharp. Right next to her ear. Her heart jumped. She jerked back, her tray tipping. Milk spilled. Pizza slid to the floor. Her breath came fast and shallow. The laughter exploded. Her hands trembled as she realized the sound wasn't real. It was a phone app. One of Ethan's friends had played it. She gripped her cane so hard her knuckles hurt. Heat filled her face. Ethan's voice rose above the laughter. Calm. Cruel. Wow. You can't even tell the difference between real and fake, can you? The room shook with laughter. Lila wanted to disappear. She wanted to vanish into the floor. But something inside her snapped. She stood. Her chair scraped loudly against the floor. Her voice shook, but it was strong. "You think it's funny? Hurting people who can't fight back?" The laughter quieted. Some kids shifted uncomfortably. Lila's chest rose and fell. "You think I'm weak. But I see more than you'll ever see, Ethan Cole." The cafeteria went silent. For a second, she thought she had broken him. She thought maybe, just maybe, her words would land. But then Ethan laughed again. Softer this time. Almost forced. "Sit down, blind girl. Don't trip." The laughter started again, but it wasn't as strong. Not as sure. Lila's heart pounded. Her eyes burned though they could not see. She turned and walked out, her cane clicking loudly. She refused to let them see her cry. The bathroom was quiet. Lila leaned against the sink, her breath shaking. Her palms pressed the cool porcelain. She bit her lip until it hurt. She wanted to scream. She wanted to break something. But instead, she whispered to herself. "Stay strong. Don't let him win. Don't." A stall door creaked open. A girl stepped out. Lila recognized her voice. "Mia." Lila, her cousin's voice was soft. "Careful. I saw what they did." Lila clenched her jaw. "Don't. I don't want pity." "It's not pity," Mia said. "It's anger. At him. At them. They're cowards." Lila's throat tightened. She turned her face away. Mia stepped closer. "You don't have to do this alone. I'm here." Lila's chest shook. For a moment, she wanted to collapse. But she forced herself to stand taller. "No," she whispered. "I have to be strong. I have to show them they can't break me." Mia hesitated, then hugged her. "Then I'll stand with you." Lila swallowed hard. Slowly, she let herself lean into the hug. Just for a second. Then she straightened. "Thanks, Mia. But tomorrow, I fight back." After school, Ethan lounged by the football field with his friends. He laughed as they replayed the snake sound on someone's phone. They all thought it was hilarious. All except Ethan. The laughter echoed in his head, but something about it felt off. He remembered Lila's words. I see more than you'll ever see, Ethan Cole. The way she had said his full name. The strength in her broken voice. It stuck with him. He shook it off. She's just a blind girl, he muttered. But the laughter of his friends suddenly sounded hollow. Lila lay in bed that night. The house was quiet. The air smelled faintly of her dad's coffee from the kitchen below. She held her pillow close. Her chest still ached. But beneath the pain was fire. She whispered into the dark. You'll see, Ethan Cole. You'll see who I am. And with that, she drifted into restless sleep. Her battle had only begun. Monday mornings were the worst. Lila's alarm rang at 6:30 sharp. Her fingers fumbled for the button in the dark. The room was quiet except for her own breathing. Outside, the sun was just starting to rise. She felt the warmth through the blinds. She sat up, her cane leaning against the bed. Her muscles ached from yesterday's tension, from holding herself upright against humiliation. But she forced herself out of bed. She had a plan today. A plan to fight back, not with fists, not with anger, but with strategy. At school, the hallways felt alive. Lockers slammed. Voices echoed. Sneakers squeaked. Lila counted steps carefully. Tap. 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 Ethan Cole was already there. Leaning against the lockers, arms crossed. His friends flanked him like shadows. He smiled when he saw her. Morning, blind girl, he said lightly. Lila kept walking. She didn't respond. Ethan called after her. Don't ignore me. You might trip again. I wouldn't want that. She ignored him. But she noticed something today. Something small. He hesitated. A flicker in his eyes. A pause in his laughter. Lila felt a strange satisfaction. Even if he didn't know it, he was cracking. In class, things were quieter. Lila sat near the window, listening to the teacher's voice. Words, numbers, instructions, all flowed around her. She memorized the sound of footsteps, the shifts in air pressure, the faint brush of pages turning. She noticed Ethan moving around the room. He wasn't as loud as usual. His jokes were quieter. He glanced her way once, and she felt the eyes, searching, uncertain. Her lips curved into a small smile. Good. He's noticing me. Lunch came faster than expected. The cafeteria was crowded, noisy. Lila moved through the chaos with practiced steps. Her cane tapped a steady rhythm. She counted each step. She reached her usual table. But today, she wasn't alone. Mia joined her, and a few other friends from her classes. They didn't see her as weak. They didn't pity her. They made her feel normal. You okay? Mia asked. Lila nodded. I'm fine. More than fine. I'm ready. Mia smiled. Ready to show him what? Strength, Lila said simply. Blind doesn't mean weak. Ethan watched from across the room. He couldn't understand it. Why didn't she crumble under his jokes anymore? Why didn't she run away? Something inside him stirred. Something he hadn't felt before. Unease. Confusion. He shifted in his seat, pretending to laugh with his friends. But the laughter felt forced. Why can't I get to her? He thought. After lunch, PE class was next. Ethan was the star, naturally. He sprinted, dribbled, kicked, all while being the center of attention. Lila listened from the sidelines, her cane leaning against the fence. She could hear the rhythm of his movements, the smack of the ball, the cheer of the crowd. She noticed something else. A slip. A misstep. He almost tripped over the ball once but caught himself just in time. Even he isn't perfect, she thought with a quiet smile. She realized something strange. She didn't hate him as much today. She hated the bullying, yes, but she was curious now. Curious about what made him so confident, and what made him falter. The walk home was peaceful. Lila moved slowly, savoring the evening air. Leaves rustled underfoot. Cars passed by with soft hums. Birds called in the distance. She held her cane tightly. The world was quiet, and it felt safe. But her thoughts wandered. Ethan Cole, he's complicated. Not just a bully. Something behind those eyes. Something I can't see, yet I want to understand. Mia walked beside her. You're quiet today, she said. Thinking, Lila replied. About him. Mia frowned. Don't. He's not worth it. Lila shook her head. No. It's not like that. I want to understand. Maybe it'll help me stand stronger next time. The next day, things changed again. Ethan didn't bother her in the hallways. He didn't throw jokes her way. He didn't laugh when she entered class. Lila noticed the shift immediately. Why now? She thought. Her friends whispered too. Did you see? He hasn't touched her all day. Maybe he's scared, one said. Lila smiled quietly. Not because she was scared, but because she realized something. She could make him hesitate. She could make him question himself. Power wasn't in revenge. It was in control. And she was learning it. By the end of the week, cracks appeared. Ethan's confidence wavered. His jokes didn't land. His friends exchanged confused glances. He looked at Lila in the cafeteria one day, and she caught him staring just a little too long before he looked away. Good, she thought. At home that night, Lila practiced walking her route blindfolded in her room. Cane in hand, she navigated obstacles. Books, chairs, even the edge of the bed. I'm stronger than him. Stronger than fear. Stronger than being seen as weak, she whispered. She fell once, but she laughed. A soft, triumphant laugh. Tomorrow would be another day. Another chance to show Ethan, and everyone, that she was unstoppable. Saturday morning came. The neighborhood was quiet. Birds chirped. Leaves fluttered. Lila stepped outside, cane in hand. She paused at the curb, listening. The world was alive. Safe. And waiting for her. She remembered Ethan's words from last week. Don't trip, blind girl. She smiled. I won't. She walked with purpose. Every tap of the cane was confident. Every step was her own. Somewhere far away, maybe Ethan was thinking of her. Maybe he felt that little crack in his mask growing. And Lila knew, deep inside, her journey was just beginning. She didn't hate him anymore. Not completely. She respected his challenge. And she was ready for it. Because she had learned the first rule of survival: strength is louder than cruelty. And Lila Cole was about to show everyone how loud she could be. Monday morning felt heavier than usual. Lila's alarm rang at 6:30. She reached for it without opening her eyes. The quiet hum of her room surrounded her. Outside, the sun peeked through the blinds, and she felt its warmth. She sat up slowly, stretching her arms. Every muscle in her body protested. She grabbed her cane, steadying herself. Her reflection in the mirror, though blurry in her mind, showed someone ready to fight another day. Today, she thought, would be different. At school, the hallways buzzed with energy. Lockers slammed. Sneakers squeaked. Voices shouted over each other. Tap. 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 Lila moved carefully, counting her steps. Her cane guided her through the chaos. She didn't notice Ethan at first. But she could feel him. A shadow lingering, just behind her. She didn't flinch. Instead, she focused on the rhythm of the hallway, the laughter of her classmates, the beat of her own heart. She had learned to survive this. And today, she would do more than survive. In first period, Lila noticed someone new. A boy in her history class, sitting alone. He had a gentle presence, a quiet smile. His name tag read Jordan. Lila sensed something different about him. He wasn't loud. He didn't sneer. He didn't whisper behind her back. During class, she heard Ethan making quiet jokes to his friends, but Jordan seemed oblivious. Or maybe he just didn't care. After class, Jordan approached her. His voice soft, polite. "Hey, Lila, right?" She stiffened. "Yes. Do I know you?" "No," he said. "But I wanted to say, you're brave. Standing up to him the way you do." Her heart skipped a beat. Nobody had said that to her before. Not like that. "Thanks," she whispered. He nodded. "I know what it feels like, being underestimated." Lila blinked. "Someone understands?" During lunch, she sat with Mia and a few other friends. But today, Jordan joined them. He didn't try to be the center of attention. He just listened, laughed quietly, and offered small gestures of kindness. Lila felt a strange comfort. For the first time in a long time, she didn't feel entirely alone. "You're new here, huh?" Mia asked. Jordan nodded. "Just moved from Ohio. I heard some stories. About you. About Ethan." Lila tensed. "Stories?" He smiled softly. "Good stories. Stories about strength." Her chest tightened. A strange warmth filled her. She didn't know why, but she trusted him instantly. After lunch, they had science lab. Ethan entered the room, his presence loud as usual. But today, he noticed something unusual. Jordan stayed close to Lila, helping her navigate the lab table and equipment. He didn't speak loudly, didn't make a show of it. He simply helped. Ethan's eyes narrowed. Why does he care? He thought. Who does this kid think he is? Lila felt the tension radiating from him. She felt it, and yet she remained calm. She could hear the slight unevenness in his breathing. She was learning to read him. Tap. 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 Lila moved her hand along the lab table, guided by Jordan. Careful with the beaker, he said gently. I've got it, she replied. He smiled. Just making sure. Ethan watched silently from across the room. For the first time, his confidence wavered. After school, Lila, Jordan, and Mia walked home together. The streets smelled like fresh-cut grass. Leaves rustled in the breeze. The late afternoon sun painted the sidewalks gold. You're good with people, Lila said to Jordan. He shrugged. I just try to be fair. You know, treat people like humans. Lila laughed softly. I forgot what that felt like. Jordan looked at her. You don't have to forget. You just need the right people around you. She realized he was right. For the first time, she felt like she belonged somewhere. Like she wasn't fighting alone. Mia nudged her. See? Allies can come from unexpected places. Lila smiled, feeling the tension in her chest loosen just a little. The next day, Ethan's behavior shifted again. He tried his usual jokes, but they fell flat. Lila didn't flinch. And now, with Jordan nearby, his words had less effect. Ethan's friends exchanged worried glances. They had never seen him lose control like this. Lila noticed. And she smiled quietly. Step by step, I'm gaining ground, she thought. During gym class, Ethan tried to start his usual taunting. But Jordan stood near Lila, offering silent support. Just his presence was enough to make Ethan hesitate. The first crack in Ethan's mask widened. After school, Lila practiced at home. She navigated the backyard blindfolded, cane in hand. Books, chairs, and garden tools became obstacles. Each time she fell, she laughed softly and tried again. She thought about Jordan. About Mia. About her own strength. I'm not weak. I'm not alone. I can face him. Her reflection in the window stared back at her. Determined. Strong. Ready. That evening, Ethan sat alone in his room. He stared at the ceiling. His friends had left him. Jordan's quiet confidence gnawed at him. Lila's strength, her calm in the face of his cruelty, haunted him. Why can't I break her? He thought. Why does she have allies? For the first time, he felt fear. Not of her, exactly. But fear of losing control. Fear of not being the one in charge. And deep down, he hated it. The weekend came and Lila felt a sense of peace. She walked through her neighborhood, cane tapping steadily on the sidewalk. She felt the sun on her face, the breeze on her arms, the earth under her feet. Jordan walked beside her. Mia followed closely. You're unstoppable, Jordan said quietly. Lila smiled. Not yet. But I'm getting there. He nodded. We'll get there together. And for the first time, Lila felt hope. Hope that she could face Ethan, not with anger alone, but with strength, allies, and determination. The battle wasn't over. But she had allies now. And that made all the difference. Monday morning felt tense. Lila's alarm rang. She reached for it immediately. Tap. 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 Her cane hit the floor as she got up. She felt nervous, but also ready. Today would be the day she didn't just survive. She would stand her ground. At school, the hallways were noisy. Lockers slammed. Voices shouted. Sneakers squeaked. Lila moved carefully, counting each step. Tap. 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 Ethan was there, leaning against the lockers. His eyes locked on hers. The smirk on his face seemed forced today. You think you can ignore me forever? He asked. Lila stopped, feeling the tension. She didn't flinch. I don't ignore you, she said calmly. I just don't need your approval. Ethan blinked. For the first time, uncertainty flashed across his face. In first period, history class, Lila noticed him watching her closely. His laughter was quieter than usual. Every time he tried a joke, she didn't react. Jordan sat nearby, offering silent support. Lila felt a strange power. She could hear the hesitation in Ethan's voice. She could sense his uncertainty. When the bell rang, he followed her to the cafeteria. Why are you so calm? He asked. I'm not afraid of you, she said simply. Ethan looked at her, really looked. He had never seen her like this. Strong. Defiant. Independent. The cafeteria felt smaller. Louder. Every eye seemed to be on them. Tap. 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 Lila's cane echoed as she walked. Jordan stayed close. Ethan's friends whispered behind him, noticing the tension. You're different, Ethan said, almost whispering. Different is good, Lila replied. Ethan didn't know what to say. His confidence faltered. By the end of lunch, he had no words. Only frustration. Only the knowledge that Lila had won a small victory without lifting a finger. After school, Lila practiced walking blindfolded. Cane in hand, she moved through obstacles. Books, chairs, garden tools, everything was an enemy she could overcome. Her thoughts drifted to Ethan. She realized he wasn't evil. He was insecure. Afraid of losing control. She laughed softly. I'm stronger than fear, she whispered. Jordan appeared in the doorway. You're unstoppable, he said. Lila smiled. Not yet. But I'm close. Tomorrow, she thought, would be even better. Tuesday morning, Lila woke up with a sense of purpose. Tap. 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 Cane on the floor. She felt ready. Today, something would change. She could feel it. At school, she moved through the hallways, counting her steps. She noticed Ethan staring from a distance. He looked confused. Vulnerable, even. History class passed quietly. Lila focused on listening. She could hear the subtle shift in the room. Conversation stopped when she passed by. The students sensed the tension. Jordan sat near her. "He's different today," he whispered. "Yes," she replied. "And I think he's noticing me." Ethan made his way toward her after class. His usual bravado was gone. "Lila," he started. "I'm listening," she said, steady and calm. He hesitated. Then whispered, "I didn't mean the way I acted." Her heart skipped. Nobody had ever admitted that before. Not him. "Why now?" she asked softly. "I don't know," he said. "It's like I'm not myself around you." Lila felt something stir inside her. Empathy. Curiosity. Confusion. At lunch, the group gathered. Mia, Jordan, and a few others. Ethan approached, reluctantly, with a hesitant look. Can I sit?" he asked. Everyone stared. Silence. Lila nodded. "Sure. But don't try your old tricks." Ethan sat down, quietly. His eyes avoided hers at first, then slowly met them. "You're strong," he said softly. "I know," Lila replied. Jordan leaned closer. "You've never seen her like this, have you?" Ethan shook his head. "No. Never." Lila noticed the shift. He wasn't mocking. He was trying. And she could see the first cracks in his wall. After school, Lila walked home with Jordan and Mia. The streets smelled like autumn. Leaves crunched underfoot. The sun dipped low. "You're changing him," Mia said. "No," Lila replied. "He's changing himself. I'm just giving him a mirror." Jordan smiled. "And he doesn't even realize it." Lila laughed softly. "That's the point." That evening, Lila practiced with her cane in the backyard. Blindfolded, she moved with precision. She thought about Ethan, about her strength, and about the unusual empathy she felt for her former bully. Jordan watched quietly. "You're amazing," he said. Lila smiled. "Thanks. I think I'm finally starting to understand him." Her reflection in the window stared back at her. Strong. Determined. Ready for whatever came next. Tomorrow would bring more. And Lila knew she was ready. Wednesday morning came slow and quiet. Lila woke up to the hum of her fan. Tap. 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 The cane hit the floor as she moved to get ready. She could feel tension in her chest. Today felt different. At school, the hallways buzzed as usual. Lockers slammed. Voices rose and fell. Sneakers squeaked. But for Lila, everything felt sharper, more intense. She could sense Ethan before she even saw him. He was leaning against a locker, arms crossed. His smirk was smaller today. Almost uncertain. Tap. 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 She walked past him, cane tapping, heartbeat steady. She didn't look back. "Hey," he said softly. She slowed, sensing hesitation in his voice. "Yes?" "I wanted to talk," he said. Her pulse quickened. Finally, she thought. First period passed in a blur. Lila felt his presence lingering behind her, quiet, observing. She focused on the lesson, on her notes, on the sound of the pencil against paper. During group work, she noticed him watching her. Not mocking. Not teasing. Just watching. She caught Jordan's glance. He raised an eyebrow. He's curious, Jordan whispered silently. Lila felt a mix of fear and excitement. Could he be changing? At lunch, Ethan approached again. This time, he carried a tray of food, sitting near her. I wanted to apologize, he said. Lila looked at him carefully. Go on. I've been mean. Unfair. And I don't want to be that person anymore. Her heart skipped. Nobody had ever admitted that. Not before. Jordan nudged her gently. See? Change is possible. Lila nodded. It's a start. After lunch, they had gym class. Ethan avoided his usual theatrics. He stayed quiet, let her complete her exercises without comment. Lila noticed. Every step, every motion, felt like a small victory. Tap. 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 Her cane echoed against the gym floor. Jordan stayed nearby. You're holding your own, he whispered. I feel stronger, Lila admitted. By the end of the day, Ethan's presence felt different. Less threatening. More confused. That evening, Lila reflected at home. She sat by the window, the city lights faint in the distance. Tap. 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 She felt conflicted. She didn't hate Ethan anymore. She felt empathy. And that confused her. Why do I feel this way? She whispered to herself. Her mother appeared, smiling. You're growing up. Seeing people as they really are, not just what they show. Lila nodded. I think I like him, but I don't trust him yet. Her mother hugged her. Take it slow. You're stronger than you think. Tap. 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 Lila touched her cane, determined. Tomorrow, lines would blur even more. Thursday morning felt heavy. Tap. 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 Lila moved through her morning routine. Her heart raced. Something told her today would be a day of truth. At school, Ethan was waiting near her locker. His eyes met hers, searching for something. Respect? Understanding? Maybe both. Lila, he said. Yes, she asked calmly. I want to be better, he admitted. His voice was quieter than usual. Vulnerable. Her pulse quickened. She had never seen him like this. The wall he had built was cracking. In history class, he sat near her. No snickers. No whispers. Just quiet observation. She could feel the shift in the room. Even their classmates noticed. Ethan's usual confidence was fading. Lila's presence was changing him. During group activity, he offered her help without mocking. Simple, respectful. She noticed. Tap. 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 The cane clicked against the floor. Every sound felt like a small victory. Jordan leaned close. You're winning. And so is he, in a way. Lila smiled softly. I think he's finally seeing me, as a person. Lunch was quiet. Ethan approached, tray in hand. He hesitated before sitting. I don't know how to fix things, he said quietly. Lila looked at him. Just start by being honest. His eyes widened slightly. That's it? That's enough, she replied. He smiled faintly. A real smile. Not forced. Not mocking. Genuine. After school, Lila practiced walking blindfolded. Jordan stayed close, guiding her verbally. I think he's changing, Jordan said. I know, Lila replied. And it scares me, a little. Jordan laughed softly. It's supposed to. Change always does. Tap. 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 Lila moved through the obstacles, thinking about Ethan. About the new respect. About the blurred lines between fear and care. Her reflection in the window looked determined. Strong. confident. Ready for whatever came next. Tomorrow, she thought, might bring even more. Friday morning arrived with a weight in the air. Tap. 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 Lila moved through her morning routine slowly. Her heart felt heavy, but she knew today would be pivotal. At school, the hallways were buzzing. Lockers slammed. Voices rose and fell. Sneakers squeaked. Lila felt all of it. Every sound sharper, more intense. Ethan waited by her locker. No smirk. No arrogance. Just, quiet. Vulnerable. Lila, he said softly. Yes, she asked, steady. I need to tell you something, he admitted. His voice trembled slightly. She nodded, sensing the seriousness. In first period, history class dragged. Lila felt the tension building. Every glance from Ethan carried weight. Every step she took with her cane echoed in her mind. Finally, during a group activity, he leaned close. I bullied you because I was scared, he whispered. Scared of failing. Scared of people seeing the real me. Lila froze. His words weren't excuses. They were truths. Painful, honest truths. I didn't know, she admitted softly. You didn't, he said. And I know I can't erase the past. But I want to change. Tap. 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 Her cane hit the floor. She felt a strange mixture of relief and sadness. Lunch was quiet. Ethan approached slowly. No jokes. No arrogance. Just sincerity. I'm sorry for everything, he said. I was cruel. I was wrong. Her heart softened. Thank you for saying that, she replied. Jordan leaned close. This is the turning point, he whispered. Lila nodded. She felt the first real hope that things could be different. After school, Lila walked home slowly. Tap. 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 Her cane guided her, but her mind was racing. She thought about Ethan. About trust. About forgiveness. Her mother met her at the door. You're glowing, she said. I finally understand him, Lila admitted. And maybe, he's starting to understand me. Her mother hugged her. You're stronger than most. Strong enough to face the truth, even when it hurts. Lila smiled softly. Tap. 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 She felt ready. That evening, she sat by her window. The city lights twinkled. She thought about the week. About growth. About courage. About honesty. Ethan wasn't perfect. But he was trying. And that mattered. Tap. 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 Her reflection looked strong, determined, and hopeful. Tomorrow would be a new day. A day of change. Saturday morning felt calm. Tap. 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 Lila's cane hit the floor as she got up. Today wasn't about school. Today was about reflection, healing, and moving forward. She walked to the kitchen. Her mother was making breakfast. Ready for the weekend? She asked. Yes, Lila said. But in her heart, she knew this weekend felt different. Lighter. Brighter. At school on Monday, Ethan approached her first. His eyes held something new. Respect. Regret. Hope. Good morning, Lila, he said softly. Good morning, she replied. Calm. Confident. He smiled faintly. Can we start over? Lila studied him. The boy who had bullied her. The boy who was now sincere. The boy who was changing. Yes, she said simply. In history class, they worked side by side. Not as enemies. Not as strangers. but as equals. Jordan noticed the change. It's like night and day, he whispered. Lila smiled. It's called growth, she said. Even Ethan's friends noticed. He no longer teased. He no longer mocked. He listened. He learned. Lunch was peaceful. Lila and Ethan shared a table with friends. Conversation flowed. Laughter returned, gentle and sincere. I appreciate you, Ethan said quietly. Thank you, Lila replied. For trying. For being honest. For being human. His eyes softened. Tap. 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 The rhythm of her cane echoed in her mind. A rhythm of strength. A rhythm of hope. After school, Lila walked home with Jordan. The autumn sun dipped low. Leaves crunched beneath their feet. You did it, Jordan said. No, Lila corrected. We did it. Together. Her mother smiled when she arrived home. I can see the change, she said. Not just in him, but in you. Lila hugged her. I feel it too. Stronger. Braver. Ready for anything. That night, she sat by her window, looking out at the city. Tap. 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 Her cane beside her. She thought about the week, about fear, about courage, about forgiveness, and about hope. Ethan's smile flashed in her memory. Genuine. Honest. And she realized she felt something new, trust. Tomorrow would bring challenges. But Lila was ready. She had faced the truth. She had stood her ground. And she had found hope. Tap. 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 She whispered softly, I'm ready. And for the first time, she truly believed it. Thank you for watching this emotional love story on the Love Chapter by Aree. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories. Tell us in the comments which country or place you are watching from. We'd love to know where our family of viewers is growing around the world.